institution is, and this is very important, internationally accredited. The golden standard of quality is exactly this AACSB. Only around 5% of business schools globally have this accreditation. We have had it since 2013.
Mato, Dean of the Zagreb School of Economics and Management.
He has a master's in economics and management and corporate finance from the University of Bocconi.
He was a researcher at Harvard University,
St. Gallen,
teaching as
ZSEM, of course.
Luxembourg School of Business.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean of our school,
Mato.
So what makes ZSEM a really good investment for international students?
Why the accreditation is so important is because it really puts you on the global map of excellent global business schools. It has enabled us to build partnerships with more than 150 universities from all over the world, basically the best universities in their respective countries. We want them to go to the best places.
What Zagreb School of Economic and Management can give or support students to find jobs.
Thank you for having us, Mato.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, it is the second time we come to Zagreb, and it looks like always a home for anyone looking for good opportunities in Europe. And today we're speaking about international students and about education. And when it comes to this in Europe, most of the students thinking about going to UK, Germany, France those are the most famous destinations for higher education.
Yes.
So what makes Croatia a good destination for international students?
Most people, when you say Croatia, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, they are great at football. They have a great national football team. Or they think Croatia is a beautiful country. It has a beautiful coast. It's the best place in the world to go sailing. But actually, there are many reasons why Croatia is also very competitive and a great place for international students to come and study full-time. Maybe the first thing to mention is that Croatia has been the last country to have officially joined the European Union. So Croatia today is an EU country, it's a Euro country, it's a Schengen country. So when you come to Croatia, it's as if you have come to this big Schengen family. Croatia is a small but very safe country, and this is something that we always emphasize, safety. Whether it's 3 a.m. in the morning or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, in any Croatian cities, all our students always feel extremely safe. Croatia is a country where the population has a very proficient level of English speaking. In the south, many speak Italian and German. People are very hospitable because a large part of our economy is also tourism, services, so people are used to kind of interacting with people from all over the world. I think they're very warm. There's this Mediterranean kind of warmth and hospitality in Croatia. So, to sum up, it's not only great football, great food, culture and wine. Croatia is a great place to study because of, as I said, safety, great public infrastructure, healthcare, roads, airports. But also today, Croatia is part of this big European family. So when you come and study in Croatia, you're essentially studying in Europe. Okay. You are studying in a country that gives a European recognized degree. After completing a degree in Croatia, you can be competitive all over European markets, depending obviously on your personal educational journey. But to think of Croatia is to think of studying in Europe, but in a place that has a very, very nice, I would say, work-life balance, beautiful cities, great food, culture. So you get best of both worlds. You have a serious academic experience, strong academic experience, and on the other hand, it's just a great place to live.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was checking about Croatia the first time, so because we're analyzing all the different countries and we're trying to find which destination can fit with international students. So the population is around 4 million in Croatia. Yes. And every year, around 20 millions, they come to visit Croatia.
Exactly.
And I was like, wow, that's a huge number. It's not
absolutely. It's, it's just incredible how popular the country has become over the last, let's say, 10 years. In maybe 20 years ago, it used to be so that if you meet a person and an international person, a foreigner, a European or American, whatever, Asian, and they say, oh, I've been to Croatia, Croatia was considered to be exotic. Yeah. But these days, I would say, less so. Many people have already visited because it really offers a unique experience. Yeah.
So coming to Zagreb,
Yes.
which is like I think around 1 million they are
Exactly.
living in Zagreb.
Exactly.
It's a huge city.
Oh,
I mean, like,
it's just big enough, but not too big.
I mean, like, and it's so clean. That's the thing.
It's very clean.
So when you go to the capitals around Europe, it's like there's some kind of dirty places, I would say. But here, what I can see, so clean. It's so safe.
Yes.
Yesterday we had a meeting with one of our students, and she was like, "I could walk here at night."
Absolutely.
And I tried it. She was, I was trying to find some dangerous places here, but I could not find some.
I think she's loving it. I know exactly who you're talking about. She's enjoying her time here.
Yeah.
It's a very, it's a capital. First of all, it's the capital of Croatia. As you said, 1 million people, which in my eyes makes it the perfect size.
Yeah.
So not too small, not too big.
Yeah.
Everything you need, you have it here. Good public transport, great new airport, safe. And probably one of the safest cities in Europe. Yeah. So we have many female international students coming, especially from all over the world, from Asia, and they are super surprised. They come here and in some cities walking in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. in the morning is not something that is recommended. Here it's a completely normal thing. So safe. Zagreb is located between a beautiful mountain, Sljeme, and the river. So the city is kind of between the mountain and the river. The mountain has, even in the winter, there's a couple of ski slopes, 3 or 4 ski. Zagreb is the only capital city in Europe that has a mountain attached to it, meaning that the only capital city in Europe where you can go skiing maybe it takes only 20 minutes from city center to find yourself on the ski slope. During let's say spring and autumn, this mountain is a beautiful place where you can go run and trekking and keeping fit. So I have personally lived in many cities around the world. I've lived in London, in Boston, in Singapore, in Milan, in Italy, but I tell you, Zagreb is probably my favorite city. Yeah. Also, what's important to say is, if you're in Zagreb, it only takes less than 2 hours to get to Opatija. Yeah. Other big important European cities are nearby. Milan is 5 hours maybe by car. Vienna is 3.5 hours by car. Munich is maybe 5.5 hours. So, and then the airport is very well connected to all over Europe. You have the standard carriers. Now you have more and more of these Ryanair. So it's very well connected. It's the cities, I would say, offers a lot of things for young people. Yeah.
So when it comes to international students coming to study in Europe, and I understand like the perspective, this is a public institutions or a private institution, but for international students and during hundreds of orientations and consultations, and also from my side as an international student when I came to Europe, always the goal is not only education, is about investment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you invest your time, you invest your money. Yeah. Yeah. So speaking about Zagreb and speaking about ZSEM, which is the abbreviation of Zagreb School of Economic and Management.
Yes.
And I think it's the first private school. Yeah. So what makes ZSEM a really good investment for international students?
Absolutely. I think if you're an international student, you're taking, in a way, additional layer of risk, because as an international student, you are making this risk to leave your home country that you know well and to go to a completely different country and to invest, as you said, at least, to invest your time, a couple of years of your life. If you were talking about bachelor degree, maybe 4 years of your life, you will invest being in another place. And not only that, but in our case, we're a private institution, private non-for-profit. So there is a tuition fee involved. So you not only invest time, you invest money. So you better know that you're making a good investment decision if you're doing that. I believe, and I will tell you why I think Zagreb School of Economics and Management, for many international students who are interested in economics and business, who are interested in these new technologies and AI and how this will change the business landscape, I will tell you why I think Zagreb School of Economics and Management is actually a good investment. We are, as you correctly said, We're one of the oldest private universities in Croatia. We focus specifically on economics, business administration. We also have an undergrad degree in business mathematics, or let's say AI and business, artificial intelligence. So we are kind of specialized in this area. All our programs are fully taught in English. Our institution is, and this is very important, internationally accredited. So obviously the institution is accredited by the local Ministry of Science and Education, but we are also accredited by the US agency called AACSB. So in the world of business and economics education, there is the golden standard of quality is exactly this AACSB. And what this is an organization started by the Ivy League universities such as Harvard, Yale, Princeton 100 years ago, with a goal of enhancing and improving the overall quality of business education globally. Only around 5% of business schools globally have this accreditation. We have had it since 2013. And the reason why this is important is as part of this process of getting the accreditation, we have really invested in increasing the student experience, investing in our faculty, in our curriculums, and overall, as a result of this accreditation, our students are having much better experience. The second reason why the accreditation is so important is because it really puts you on the map. It puts you on the global map of excellent global business schools. It has enabled us to build partnerships with more than 150 universities from all over the world. So today our students, let's say whether he's a Croatian or whether he's international or comes from the region, it doesn't matter. We have students from all over the place. We have students from China, from the US, from all over Europe, from the region, Slovenia, Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Croatia. Our students come to Zagreb School of Economics and Management with idea to study, let's say at the bachelor degree is 4 years. Students come with the idea to maybe spend 3 years out of this 4 years in Zagreb, and then spend 1 year at one of our partner universities all across the world. What makes our partner universities unique is that they are basically the best universities in their respective countries. So where we want to send our students is not to just some random university. There are many universities around the world, but because we know that their time is valuable and they're making a big investment, we want them to go to the best places. So if they go to, I don't know, if they go to France, then we send them to ESSEC or to Sciences Po Paris or to Paris Dauphine, which is all three institutions are like the best that France has. If they go to China, they go to Tsinghua University in Beijing. This is the Harvard of China, the most selective, the best university in China. If they go to, I don't know, Spain, then our partner university is IE University in Madrid, let's say University of Navarra or University of Deusto. So if they go to Rome, to Italy, they go to Luis Business School. So, and this is what I believe is very unique about Zagreb School of Economics and Management. International students coming here, they should come to get a great academic experience and learn a lot in the city of Zagreb in beautiful Croatia, but also take advantage of the international mobility and not spend maybe full time in Croatia, but take advantage of mobility and then spend a year or a semester at some of our partner universities abroad. Why this is the key? Because if you want to be successful later in life in economics and business, without this international mobility component, it's going to be much more difficult, because the world is changing, world is it's not deglobalizing, but the nature of globalization is changing, and therefore it's very important to have this international experience, learn an additional language. And the way you can learn the best way you can learn is by actually going somewhere. It's not enough just to read.
When you compare Zagreb School of Economic and Management with such other schools, that's what you mentioned, and universities, I really find it's a smart decision if you are really interested in business and economics.
I think it's a very, very good deal. I mean, especially if you are motivated, if you want to be a great student, if you want to take advantage of the opportunities, I think it's one of the best investment decision a person can make.
I mean, like, and back to investments, it comes also with the price. So the tuition fees for those schools and universities for international students and
Yeah.
non-EU.
Yes.
It's we're speaking about triple or sometimes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the point. I think Croatia, being, let's say, the last country to have officially joined the EU, many of my international students, when they come to Croatia, they are surprised how, compared to where they come from, how the prices are actually still affordable.
Yeah.
In terms of tuition fees, you're absolutely right. Zagreb School of Economics and Management, I think, is still very competitive compared to these other top universities. Many of them are partner universities, so I think even from the perspective of, let's say, a student who is looking to do a kind of an arbitrage, what you can do is you study in the Zagreb School of Economics and Management, and then you can spend, I don't know, a year in the US at a top university in the US. We all know how high tuition fees in the US are, and a lot of value can be captured by doing this.
And when we're speaking about the school, it's like basically from the name, more focus on economic and management.
Yeah.
So what makes a student really can succeed in Zagreb School of Economic Management?
Look, in Europe there is this tradition. You have London School of Economics as a kind of a top institution. In the UK, you have in Sweden Stockholm School of Economics as a kind of a best institution in Nordics.
Yeah.
In this part of the world, you have Zagreb School of Economics and Management. Our program, I would say, is and I'm talking about bachelor program, but this goes also for our masters or MBAs. Our program focuses on, it has a very modern curriculum, but a curriculum that also has strong fundamentals. So the program, for instance, the bachelor one would have in the first 2 years, it focuses on critical thinking, it focuses on quantitative methods, it gives you very important economic subjects. So you get the very solid fundamentals, and on top of that, we build specializations. Whether is it that you like marketing and sales, great, you can specialize in that. You like finance and banking, okay, you specialize in that. You like you're more of a person who likes to work with people, maybe HR, you can specialize in that. So everybody gets a very solid foundation, and then on top of that solid foundation, you specialize. So I think what takes for a person to succeed is just this drive that every person who wants to be successful must have, this drive to succeed, this drive to take advantage of the opportunities that the Zagreb School of Economics and Management is offering to its students, and ability to take a little bit of risk every day, to move yourself outside of your comfort zone, you know, to go and do this international mobility program, to go to Singapore, to go to Korea, China, to go to the US, to go to another European country. All of that is possible as a student. Not only possible, but this is what we encourage our students. So we really take good care of them and try to push them in taking this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, this truly a great opportunity for international students to come first to Zagreb, to the school, then explore other opportunities.
Yeah.
Speaking about the another part I liked about the school, which is the program of the MBA, which is like 1 year.
Yes.
And I think it's perfectly designed for people who are seeking for developing their careers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That program, I think, is ideal for many people who might not, let's say, have a business or economics background. They're architects, they are engineers, they are maybe doctors, and they are seeking for a way to let's say, change their careers, or within their career, they are rising to the level where they are taking more and more leadership roles, managing people, managing big teams, managing diverse teams. Our MBA program is ideal for those people. Our MBA program is a 1-year program here in Zagreb. It also comes with all this possibility of international mobility, so many of our MBA students can also take advantage of that. And I think what makes also the program unique is our professors, who are top-notch, who are all not only have academic experience, they have PhDs, they publish, but they also have practical experience, and in many cases have led companies. And these people really then have this unique ability to transfer this knowledge to our MBA students.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was talking about one of our students, she said, like, when I first came here, she has her first lesson, and she told me, I was watching this series of Suit, you know. And she was like, wow, I am now in USA. What was going on here?
Yeah.
So and she said like, I think the lectures was like from Harvard or something
Yes,
like
yes.
this. I was like, wow, how lucky are you with this price? If you want to get this,
Yes.
it's really
Well,
hard.
I will give you a very concrete example. I teach a finance course at the MBA, at the MBA degree, and as part of my lecture, one of the cases that we work on is a case that I have written together with a friend of mine, with a colleague, and the case was published by Harvard Business School, and the case is in effect being used still at Harvard Business School. So it's you get you know, that is the level that our students get. Yeah.
When it comes to the economic field, business, like I think there's a lot of competition there. I mean, in general, like in Europe. Yes. Yeah. What Zagreb School of Economic and Management can give or support students to find jobs?
Absolutely. First of all, we have a very strong career center within the school, and the whole raison d'être, as the French would say, of this center is to help our students find jobs already during their periods of studies. And the center is very successful in that. The reason why it's successful is because also Croatia in the last, so I would say the way to think about careers for international students is twofold. Number one, they should consider Croatia as their place of work, because the country has a very dynamic entrepreneurial ecosystem. For a relatively small country, let's say, just to give you a sense of how entrepreneurial the country is, we have, for a small country, 2 unicorns, which is not bad actually for such a small country. 2 unicorns, and I would say a few other ones in the preparations, in the making. So the entrepreneurial sector is strong. It's possible to work in Croatia only with English. Of course, knowing a little bit of Croatian on the side helps. But there are companies that are employing people who only speak English. They're great. So for an international student, Croatia could be your destination also in terms of work, because there are exciting companies. There are companies doing cutting-edge, world-beating stuff located here. In addition to that, Croatia could be, and Zagreb School of Economics and Management could be a springboard for Europe. So the way to think about Croatia is it's part of the big European family. Once you're in Croatia, very easy to get to transfer yourself and to go to another EU country, either it's Germany, Italy, France, Netherlands, or whichever other EU country. And our career center at the school is the center who is tasked with helping students find these jobs. But most students already find jobs during their studies here. They've met people at some of the career fairs or a guest lecture, or so.
And something also to mention, I mean, like, because also a lot of Croatians, they are coming here to study here, and most of the students already, they are coming from families that already have business.
Yes.
So it's a great network.
That is also true. That is also absolutely.
Yeah. So for them, okay, I can have a network here. I can find other opportunities with my colleagues, which is something good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was so interesting. I mean, like the first time to choose Croatia and to work with you, and it was like, and I see also with the team in the admission and the operation, they are like really so helpful.
Yes, and that's probably maybe something I would like to conclude with, is that there is something that I'm very proud of as a leader of Zagreb School of Economics and Management, is that we really have a team who cares about the students at the end of the day. Student is not a number here. Student is a person, name and a surname and history and background. And we look at every person and we have a very diverse group of students. So it's incredible the amount of diversity. So to all international students now, potential international students listening or watching this, know that when you come to Zagreb School of Economics and Management, you will be in a very diverse environment. Students from literally every continent. North America, South America, Africa, all over Europe, all over Asia, and even Australia. So literally it's a very diverse group of people. And one thing everybody who works at the Zagreb School of Economics and Management shares is this desire to, first of all, treat our students not as a number but as human beings, and it's our desire to see them succeed later in life, and we do everything in our power to help them.
I mean, I really admire this
And you've seen that. I mean, I'm not.
No.
If you didn't see it, you wouldn't say it, right?
Yeah,
It's the same. Yeah, we care very much about our students, and I think that's one of the reasons why the school has been so successful.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
It was a
Mato.
pleasure. Thank you for coming to Zagreb. All the best,
Thank
and
you.
Hope to see you again very soon.
Of course.